Good day to everyone. My name is Lord Cedric and Teodoro from BSCPE 31. I am going to discuss the details about cybercrime law. So what is cybercrime? Cybercrime. It is also called computer crime, the use of a computer as an instrument to further illegal ends such as committing fraud, trafficking in child pornography, and intellectual property, stealing identities, or violating privacy. Cybercrime, especially through the internet, has grown in the importance as the computer has become central to commerce, entertainment, and government. Cybercrime refers to any illegal activity carried out using computers or the internet. Cybercriminals, ranging from rogue individuals to organized crime groups to state sponsored factions. It used techniques like phishing, social engineering, and all kinds of malware as part of their cyber attacks. The impacts of cybercrime can be devastating due to the high risk of data loss and financial impact. Intention of the law. The state recognizes the vital role of information and communications industries such as content production, telecommunications, broadcasting, electronic commerce, and data processing in the nation's overall social and economic development, providing an environment conducive to the development acceleration, rational application, and exploitation of ICT to attain free, easy, and intelligible access to exchange and or delivery of information. The need to protect and safeguard the integrity of computer communication systems, networks, and databases, and the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information data stored therein from all forms of abuse, misuse, and illegal access. Cybersex, cyberbullying, child pornography are now offenses, and such offenders can be punished. The children's rights are protected by this act. All kinds of businesses using the internet as a medium are protected by this act. Provision of this act now define the offense of cyber squatting, and this deters people from the act of cyber squatting. Provisions that penalize online identity theft. This provision protects the individual privacy and its protection. According to Attorney Bern Aberin, we need to learn or to know by heart the intention of the law because not all of us are members of legal profession and are familiar with some legal terms. The acts that are punishable are the computer-related identity theft, unauthorized acquisition, use, misuse, transfer, possession, alteration, or deletion of identifying information belonging to another, whether natural or juridical. Identity theft or online identity theft is the act of a person obtaining information illegally about someone else. Thieves try to find such information as full name, maiden name, address, date of birth, social security number, passwords, phone number, email, and credit cards numbers. So, what is cybersex? Cybersex is a sexual arousal using computer technology, especially by wearing virtual reality equipment or by exchanging messages with another person via the internet. In simplest explanation, it's activity in which people become sexually excited by sending messages about sex to each other over the internet. Cyber trafficking or online sexual exploitation is a form of modern slavery and victimizes thousands of innocent young women and children in the Philippines. Cybersex traffickers use coercion, force, or fraud to lure, manipulate, and exploit victims using digital media and then stream that footage to predators the world over using the internet. What is fake news? Fake news lies or fabricated information news that is non-verifiable through sources, facts, or quotes. This includes hoaxes, conspiracy theories, fake websites, clickbait pages posing as legitimate websites, memes, YouTube channels posing as official channels, and some claims, photos or posts that have been manipulated or edited to look real that keep popping up all over social media. Article 154 of the Revised Penal Code, unlawful use of means of publication and unlawful utterances. Is there any person who by means of printing, lithography, or any other means of publication should publish or cause to be published as news any false news which may endanger the public order or cause damage to the interest or credit of the state. Republic Act number 10175, an act defining cybercrime providing for the prevention, investigation, suppression, and the imposition of penalties therefore and for other purposes. All in this section 6, all crimes defined and penalized by the revised penal code as amended and special laws if committed by, through, and with the use of information communications technologies should be covered by the relevant provisions of this act, provided that the penalty to be imposed should be 1 degree higher than the provided for the revised penal code, as amended, and special laws as the case may be. Cyber libel. Every false imputation is deemed malicious nevertheless when the discreditable imputation is directed against a person or public person in his public capacity. It is not necessarily actionable. In order that such discreditable imputation to a public official may be actionable, it must either be a false allegation, a fact, or a comment based on a fake supposition. If the comment is an expression of opinion based on established facts, then it is immaterial that the opinion happens to be mistaken, as long as it might reasonably be inferred from the facts. Constructive criticism versus libelous comments. For me, constructive criticism is a helpful way of giving feedback that provides specific, actionable suggestions. Rather than providing general advice, constructive criticism gives specific recommendations on how to make positive improvements. Constructive criticism is clear, to the point, and easy to put into action. And the libelous comments or statements for me is refer to words that can be seen, typically written and published, while slander occurs when a defamatory statement is spoken or otherwise audible, such as a radio broadcast. Slander and libel cases often involve public figures or public officials and false statements made about them. And the conclusion, cybercrime law identifies standards of acceptable behavior for information and communication technology users, establishes social, legal, legal sanction for cybercrime, protects ICT users in general, and mitigates and or prevents harm to people, data, systems, services, and infrastructure, in particular protects human rights, enables the investigation and prosecution of crimes committed online, outside of traditional real-world settings, and facilitates cooperations between countries on cybercrime matters. And that's all. Thank you for watching.